In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming pattern, potential snowstorms on the way, and for the beginning of February, colder air is incoming. Real quickly, let's talk about my consulting company, Prestige Weather. If you're looking for more than the generic hourly or daily forecast that can be so frustrating and very broad, look no further than Prestige Weather. We help out individuals and businesses alike. If you're an individual looking for better, more accurate, and direct weather information, be sure to subscribe to our standard package. That's only $4.99 a month. We have just unveiled brand new graphics to help deliver extremely informative and efficient forecasts for your business, breaking down the snowfall forecast, timing forecast, and risk level for your specific location. Our clients have saved time and money using our services to make critical decisions. Gone are the headaches of tirelessly hunting down information across the internet. Prestige Weather is here to help you and your business. Be sure to email us at prestigeweather@gmail.com or use the Calendly link in the pinned comment down below to book a meeting with me immediately. We offer consulting calls, texts, and emails catered to your exact location of need. We will be on standby during your job or event and give you updates from start to finish. We also offer long range, medium range, and short range forecasts. We can help with rainfall and snowfall forecasts, plus the timing of onset and ending, which is so important. We pride ourselves on being highly flexible, and we're always willing to deliver on your specific needs. Put a meteorologist in your pocket so you no longer have to guess what the weather will do. Let's dive into things, and as we've talked about, there is warmer air on the way, but the end is in sight likely as we expect colder times ahead for the beginning of February and potentially long afterwards, of course, to continue like we saw for January. Let's take a look here at Tuesday, January 23rd, tomorrow. From the time I'm making this video, we do have snowfall happening here for the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and the Northeast here, as we're expecting a lot of cold air to still be around by this point. The warm-up has not fully taken over, but we're also already seeing that warmer air and moist air surging northward. So all of this kind of comes together and we get a last-minute winter storm here taking place for areas like Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Michigan, and the Northeast there. By the time we're taking a look at Wednesday here on January 23rd, we see this warm, humid, moist air trending northward and continuing to trek along here into now the Ohio Valley, Great Lakes, and the Northeast. Meanwhile, we have a storm out west bringing snowfall to states like Washington, Oregon, Nevada, California here. Certainly going to be snowy conditions out west. As we continue on, we can see by the time we're reaching Thursday there on January 25th, we're seeing a lot of moisture in the east now by this point, as this surge of humid, tropical Gulf of Mexico air has now moved into the eastern states. We're even looking at 60s and 70s perhaps, with higher dew points than normal and certainly a lot more rainfall than normal. Let's keep going here towards Friday here on January 26th, and we are seeing colder air diving southward here for the Rockies. Certainly going to bring impactful conditions down there. Warmer air along the western seaboard, and certainly as we head eastward, warmer, more humid air there. So you can see this trough is kind of splitting things down the middle. Again, a little bit more of a ridge in the west, a little bit more of a ridge here in the east. That is the overall pattern by the 26th. By the time we're reaching Saturday here on the 27th, we do get a low pressure system in the form of a 1,002 millibar low pressure system here in Kentucky. All rain basically associated with this storm up to this point. Again, warmer conditions overall, definitely going to aid in that. And as we move on and reach those low temperatures, though, we begin to get some snowfall. First off for Ohio and Michigan there, and then for New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, potentially Connecticut and Rhode Island. And the low is located somewhere near the northern Chesapeake Bay. By the time we're reaching later on Sunday on the 28th, we can see this low goes offshore of the northeast. Some colder air is able to make its way in behind, and we end up getting quite a bit of snowfall up and down this northeast region. Definitely a very interesting situation. By the time we reach Tuesday, we see things are a lot quieter, colder air out east overall, and certainly a lot of warmer air here out west. So the trend is a little bit of a ridge here and a trough here for the east. So like I said, right about the end of January into the beginning of February, there is more cold than what we will be seeing before that point. The only thing is here, by the time we're reaching February 1st, we see a lot of storminess coming on shore to the west, likely causing a little bit of a trough here, and this causes the ridge to build back up for the central and eastern states. So, at least according to this model, potentially seeing kind of an up and down pattern as far as temperatures are concerned. But we are going to take a look at some model guidance a little bit later on that's going to suggest it might be pretty substantial and consistent, the amount of cold we see, at least in the east. Let's take a look here at the Canadian model, and the interesting thing is this is the first model that showed this potential northeast snowstorm, and now it's the only one of the three that we're taking a look at today that's not showing it anymore. Pretty interesting. Monday on January 29th, you can see this low is way too far south, and we're not getting any precipitation where the cold is, so there's just a total disconnect there. But by the time we take a look at this GFS model, we can see that this one actually really connects with this. It's a little bit further south, so maybe this one's in between the two other models, but we have snowfall up and down the mid-Atlantic region here in the southern northeast. Very similarly to that European model, we have enough cold air to support snowfall here in these eastern states. Very quiet back out west. And as we continue on, we see more and more cold trending in for the east, and it gets colder as we reach around the 5th, as we get a deep Arctic blast here right around the 4th into the 5th, and then an even more potent one on the way as we reach the 6th, 7th, 8th time frame, as this is severe Arctic air. Very on par with what we saw here in the middle of January. So this would be a severe cold event, and definitely would carry on what has been overall a mild start to the winter that ended up with that mid portion for early to mid January, even up until about today. Very cold. So it's been up and then down, and now we're seeing a little bit of an up, but then more continued cold and snowy patterns could end up making this winter overall a very decent one for cold and snow lovers if these trends continue. Now that is the end of that model run. Let's take a look at the total precipitation through the next 10 days, and we expect quite a bit out west, definitely on the higher end of things. And then for the east, I mean, we're taking a look at a surge of moisture here for a lot of these eastern states. Definitely a very interesting situation. As we take a look at the total snowfall on the European model, we can see in these grays, blues, purples, pinks, magentas. Let's dive into it. Starting out with the grays, we're talking about a dusting, if anything. Blues are 2 to 6 inches, purples are 6 to 10, pinks are 10 to 20, and then your pastels are going to be 20 inches plus. Very interesting. Out east, we have these purples indicating 6 to 10 inches, and then the pinks are 10 to 20. So certainly a whole lot out here as well, with that major snowstorm that we perhaps see as we approach the end of the month. The GFS model has even more in the east, as you can see, with pretty widespread 10-inch plus amounts here, starting from the mid-Atlantic and up through the northeast. So yet another significant snowstorm in the mid-Atlantic and northeast, perhaps on the doorstep here. We're going to be tracking this daily, so be sure to subscribe to the channels. We do upload every single day these weather videos. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload, so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.